was really good for our team tonight to play a quality opponent, you know, it's in-state rival, but I think that games like this early in the season can really teach us a lot, but also show what we're capable of. And I think, you know, over time in a tough situation like that, we really locked in and got good plays, some good offensive rebounds. You know, Amelia Hassett, to me, proved something that she hadn't proved in the earlier game. She had a bit of grit to her tonight, and that's infectious. So now we know what to build off of, and it's always a great win when you beat Louisville. But yeah, super proud of the girls tonight, and a lot more to build off of for sure, but I'm glad we played a quality opponent this early.
Questions? Go ahead, Lindsay. Okay,
Georgia Coach Wolf said how no matter how many times they came at you, like you were never rattled whatsoever. What are your thoughts on his comments about how you performed tonight?
Yeah, I think, you know, previously at our old school, we played Louisville multiple times, and they played me the exact same way as they did tonight. So I have seen it before. I am a bit disappointed in the turnovers I had, but I think, you know, it's something to build off of and learn from. And I knew it was coming, so there's no point in me getting rattled, you know. I can't get defeated, and as soon as I show that on my body language, then it's over for me.
Talia, Caroline, and then if you want her.
Yeah, Georgia, what was the biggest thing you took away or learned about the Louisville-Kentucky rivalry here tonight in your first one?
Honestly, that the people show out. You know, I think we've had early games and the crowds were trickling in, but tonight it was loud and they brought great energy. And you know, it's what was advertised to me that Big Blue Nation was, and I think it was great that came tonight. But we're definitely going to need that, you know, come conference time too.
Okay.
Georgia, I want to ask about those 24 turnovers. In your mind, what was the root of that, and what made it so difficult tonight?
You know, it's not always great when your point guard has 8 turnovers, but I think, you know, team-wise, I think probably just a bit of panic, and we've talked this week about being aware. I think we knew that they were going to come at us, but we didn't really know how hard they were going to, and I think a couple of them were, you know, travels or just being sped up by their intensity on defense, which is something we can easily control, so that's something that we'll definitely have to get used to.
Coach Brooks, 24 turnovers tonight. You know, you stated before, don't bring the popcorn to the film room. Are you pointing that red dot at, you know, saying we can't do this against Illinois, we can't do this against North Carolina?
No, it's game 4. You know, that's what we have to, you know, understand and realize. It's game 4. And it's the first time we've had a scrimmage game against a quality opponent, but a part of it is learning each other. All right? I put them in positions several times, and probably 5 of those turnovers were me. You know, just because I called a play, which I knew they were going to do certain things. But you know, when you can win while you learn, right? That's a really good thing. And so we understand that people are going to try to take her away. Deja Law did a fantastic job today, stepping up and handling the ball, or relieving some of the pressure off of her. And she's going to have to do that. And some other people are going to have to do that as well. So when you play a quality opponent like that, a ranked team, in-state rival on game 4. I think the biggest thing that you're looking for is the grit, the determination, and I thought we showed that. Even when we didn't close out the game in regulation, we didn't hang our head, and we regrouped. I was probably the one that was most upset, and you know, looking at their faces, they reeled me back in, and that showed me a lot. And that's one of the things we wanted to do tonight. We wanted to learn our team, and I learned a lot about them tonight, and we're going to have to continue on and build off of this.
In the back, and then we'll go to Brad.
Coach, obviously a pretty successful week for you on the court with tonight's win, but also pretty successful off the court. How are you feeling 4 games into the season as you continue to build this program?
Off the court?
And on the court.
We had a heck of a week. We did. One I can talk about, one I can't. But you know, we the additions to our family, and that's the way we recruit. That's the way we recruit family, and you know, the kids that we're bringing in. We're extremely excited about. They fit the mold and what we want at the University of Kentucky. But just as important, we had a really good week on the floor. I thought leading into the couple games we played last week, we didn't have good practices. We didn't. We kind of just mulled around through it. Our preparation this week was a lot better. They executed better. But it's all in part, they're learning each other. They're learning me. All right, they're learning me, I'm learning them. We're learning each other. I'm learning my coaching staff. And so everything's a learning process, and while you can continue to win through it, that's going to build something that can be very, very special here. So what I learned about this group, I'm very proud of them. you know, and even when it wasn't pretty, they kept fighting and they found a way, and you know, we'll continue and use that as momentum.
Brad, Phoenix, Mark.
Hey, Coach, I just wanted to ask you about free throws. With about 2 minutes to go in regulation, you guys had only shot 4 free
Yeah.
throws. And then you kind of closed out the game by hitting free throws. So just how important is it to your offense, you know, and your execution for your team?
And again, it's
Getting to
part,
the line.
yeah, it's part of the process of learning each other. We shot 0 free throws at halftime. We talked about that. I think our aggression, we allowed them to be the aggressors, and we were playing on our heels a lot. You know, even our offenses, they were just really trying to push us out. That's something that we'll continue to get better at. You know, we're a free-flowing offense, and people, you know, Jeff's played me, you know, forever. He knows what we do, and he's going to try to push us out and take us out of rhythm. But I thought we got downhill a little bit better in the second half. We attacked it, even when the play would look like it was a broken play. You know, I think Amelia had a couple layups during that stretch. We hit a couple other people on the run to the basket. But it's a learning process in order for us to, you know, put the ball on the floor. All these kids are playing in new situations except for her, you know, and she's learning them. You know, none of these other players really played in the same role that they had last year. So it was something that we were very conscious about, and we wanted to get to the free throw line. And other than the 2 we missed right at the end of regulation, I thought we handled ourselves very well.
Phoenix.
Coach, I know we asked George a similar question earlier, but you said you didn't know what to expect coming into this game. How was your first taste of Kentucky? Because you played Louisville before.
Yeah.
But how was your taste of Kentucky and Louisville, this rivalry?
You know, Jeff is, I've said this before, Jeff doesn't get as much credit as he deserves. He's been a pioneer in that league. He was somebody that I looked to for just advice. He talks all the time, so he's gonna give you something. He's gonna give you a nugget somewhere. But all this stuff that he talks about is to grow the game, the betterment of the game. So I've always had so much respect for him and what he's done. They were the last team that we beat in the ACC. We beat all the other ones, and they were the very last team that we beat. And I think we've beaten them a couple of times now. But we understand the intensity that team is going to bring. All right. And it was different when it was red and then maroon and orange. It's different now when it's just red and blue. The intensity level is different. The fan base is different. And we played them in a championship game in the ACC. This atmosphere rivaled that, or, you know, probably even surpassed it, you know, because of what was at stake. And for me, it was kind of cool. I had a full circle moment. I think when she grew up for me, and she grew up as a player, we were playing Louisville, and Dana Evans picked her at the very end of the game. We were going for the win, and she and I talked all week. I said, Dana Evans is going to, you know, try to time your dribbles, and then she'll pick you. And right in front of me,
I turn it over and she wins the game.
yeah, but she grew from that. And so as the clock was winding down, we had the last shot again. It was like full circle moment. You know, we're playing Louisville, different color uniform and us. But it shows the growth not only for her, and I expect the same type of growth from some of the other players that we have. So it was a fun game. Our environment was great. You know, this goes for something, you know, recruiting. You know, obviously us getting into Kentucky and learning the young players in Kentucky. This will help us in that aspect, and so we're excited.
Mark and then Forrest.
Kenny, what kind of physical condition does somebody have to be in to play 45 minutes, handle the ball against that kind of pressure like Georgia did tonight?
Are you accusing me of child abuse? This young lady right here, man, she works as hard as anyone. She's conditioned. She's going to get help. You know, we have to play some other players, and I will. But I've seen her do it. And she is able to execute through the fatigue. You know, you can look at her numbers right now, but they don't do her justice. You know, a few of the turnovers, they were mine. You know, a few of the turnovers, maybe fatigue, but to play 45 minutes in this type of game with this intensity, where they're going to pick you up full court all the time. Probably the biggest nightmare that she probably had was Jayla Williams is probably the best defender in the ACC. And when she was at Miami, she picked her up full court all the time. All right. Then you put her with this team, who does it even more. It's probably a little nightmare for her, but I thought she handled it extremely well. She hit a couple big shots for us. We had a couple mishaps out of the game. We weren't on the same page, the whole group. But play 45 minutes with this intensity, this type of game is remarkable.
Forrest, Dylan, Ryan.
Kenny, I know you're reserved right now and, are for parts of the game, but when I saw you come out to center court, your arms in the air, jumping up and down, what was going through your mind? What did that feel like?
That was me.
Yeah, you.
I blacked out. You know what? It's. I've done a lot. I've been a lot of places. I've coached in big games, and you get to this point in your career, and you fight like heck to win, but you fight like heck to win for more than yourself, right? I've been there. I've done it. I enjoy it. I really do, but I enjoy it more. I'm a point guard, and I enjoy it more watching somebody else score when I pass on the ball. So when we have a game like this, I knew what this game meant. That's why I came here. That's why I was brought here for games like this. And I think what was it last time? 2015 was the last time that you won here. So it was more for them and then the fans, to be able to celebrate this opportunity. And so those are the out of body experiences that I have. It's not for me. I don't celebrate it. I'm not like, oh man, woo woo woo, me. It's like it's for them and it's for Kentucky fans, and that's what that is all about for me.
Coach, Georgia mentioned it. You just mentioned it there at the end of your comment there. But that crowd packing the place out tonight, the environment they brought. When you came here at Media Day, you said, I can't even go to Walmart.
Yeah. I'm not going tonight.
Talk about the BBN and what that meant to you guys and how that helped and just what it's been like these last few weeks.
BBN is special. Obviously, you watched the men this week. My Instagram, I can't even get to the funny stuff, the funny stuff, because it's always something with the men's popping up with a big win. And that's because BBN is so special. And it's why I came here, with the possibilities. With the week that we've had, that's the exact reason why I came here. We added some players that I think that will take us into the future that are really good. We won a really big game here. And BBN is special. We walked out, what was it, yesterday or today, this morning, and they had all those pom-poms there. And I'm like, dang, that's a lot of pom-poms. But that, and just the thought of every one of those seats is going to have a butt in it, that's exciting. And that's why you come here. And I think that, BBN has been waiting and hoping for opportunities like this. And, I know a lot of people are watching. I got a text from Coach Mitchell right before the game. And Matthew must be out of it for a while because he texted me like maybe 45 minutes before the game. I'm like, dude, I'm busy. I'll hit you up later. But it's like everyone wants to, be a part and help you in this situation, and we're excited about it.
Ryan.
Kenny, you already sang Jeff's praises a little bit earlier in the answer, and you're well aware just the success that Louisville has year to year to year. And I know it's very early in the season, but what does it say about your team 4 games into your tenure that you were able to beat Louisville?
I'm so proud of them. I really am. I walked into this game and I think, Darren, our radio guy, he said, well, what do you expect? And I said, I don't know. And I really didn't. I had no idea, but for whatever reason, I had a calm, about the way we were approaching everything. I don't think I was any different, as we led up into it, and it was just a calm, okay, let me see what we have. And we know it's early, and we have a lot of basketball left, and we got to turn around and play again on Monday. But I was excited to see what they were going to be able to do, and now we've talked about it, and we asked every one of them, how many of you have played a game when you have a little number beside your name, being ranked? And I think a few of them have, ones we brought from Tech, and I think Tiani had. And so now there's a responsibility with that. Everybody that comes in here, they're going to try to take a swipe at you, and so now that's the next thing we need to teach. All right, you have a responsibility when you have that little number beside your name. You have a responsibility with the program that you represent, and you're going to take everybody's best shot, and that's the next step of us, is trying to learn how to protect that.
Gary, Paul.
Kenny, in terms of program building, I guess there's always urgency. You want to see the team grow right away. But how much has the portal and all the things that you had to do to put this program together? How much urgency has that created when you have a game like this?
It puts urgency on you. You have the opportunities. I came here because of the things that we're wanted here. And, our administration, they laid it out, and they want to win. And that's why I'm here. I wouldn't be here if they didn't, tell me that they really wanted to win, because I was winning, but I wanted to win a different type. I wanted to go to a different level. So I'm extremely proud. We came in here, and I think we had 2 players, and we had 2 non-conference games, and we had to hit the ground running, and we put together what I thought was a special roster. And we were. It's unfortunate that we have 2 kids that they're out right now. Dom will be out for the remainder of the year. Jordan, we're taking her extremely slow with her progress. But those are 2 kids I thought were going to be starters for us. And they were big. They gave us a lot of different versatility. But when that happened, everybody else just stepped up when we had to use them in a different way. So when you have that opportunity to put together a team, we went out and we didn't try to get the best player. We didn't try to go out and get the best player. We went out, we tried to get the right player. And you can look at the portal giveth and it can taketh away. And so we want to make sure that culture is the biggest thing for us. And every one of those kids in the locker room, they're always on time. They always come out and they give their best. It might not be the best, but they're going to give a great effort. And that's when you start to build a program, and the urgency is there. Because when I was at my last place, I had to take what I inherited, and it took you a while. Now you have an opportunity where if you do it the right way, you can put together a great team. And I think we've done that. And it's fun. It's been fun watching them grow together, and they're going to continue to grow. So it's been a great process for us.
Paul, and then we'll close out with 1 or 2 more if we have them.
Coach, this was a very up and down game. It seemed like momentum, once it swung in your favor, there was a turnover, a missed shot, and then all of a sudden you get to overtime and you don't give up a bucket from the floor. What does that say about your team moving forward and the resiliency of this group that you can really build on, especially in key moments defensively, to really clamp down and finish games?
Yeah, they got on a run. I think it was the kid Barry. She got hot and she hit
4 straight.
Yeah, 4 straight. Yeah, I promise you we talked about that. And kudos to her. She stepped up and she hit some big shots. But we didn't hang our head. I think we got down by like 7 at one point. And we didn't hang our head. We just kept chipping away and trying to play it possession by possession. And then when we got to overtime, like I mentioned before, they very well could have, hung their heads because we didn't finish it the way we wanted to, but they didn't. They didn't. The resolve that they showed, they came in. They were tough. They got some really tough rebounds, and we finished the game the right way. So it's a stepping stone, and I'm very proud of what they were able to do. And and I'm going to expect the same type of effort, here on out. But all the turnovers and everything, the miscues, the not taking advantage of opportunities, it's we have to keep reminding ourselves it's game 4. I never played Jeff Wall's team in November. It's always been in January, February, March, when we've both known our team, and when we both don't know our teams right now, it was a little bit different.
Close it out with Mark, Phoenix, Rich.
Kenny, Georgia mentioned the grit that Amelia showed. Tiani had.
She was great.
Yeah, and had all those blocked shots down the stretch.
She's the key, pun intended. Go ahead.
And I was just going to ask your impressions of her performance.
I'm very happy for her. She came here, and I've known Tiani since she was 11 years old. I recruited her sister Tamari. I know her family very well. And it's funny, I got a picture of her when I was taller than her. Yeah, we're together, and I'm taller than her. And when she came here to visit, I think she was here maybe 12 hours, and she committed. And she's like, I'm coming, because she wanted to be a part of it. She saw what we did at Virginia Tech, and I think we beat them in like 6, 7, 8 straight times, and she wanted to be a part of that, and she's grown so much, and I think she's going to continue to grow. And having her for 2 years, I'm very, very excited about it. She's going to get better and better and better. Tonight was a really big step for her. Might have been the best game she's played in her career in college, and to have it be against Louisville, that's something special. So I think she's going to continue to grow from that.
Phoenix, Rich.
Kaylin Carroll, the recruit, you can comment on just what's Kentucky getting in her
Look,
next
I'm
season?
like, I can talk about her.
Yeah.
You're going to see, she's a phenomenal player. Recruited her for a very long time. We switched schools, and she stayed on board, brought her here. She comes from a wonderful family. She's the epitome of a student athlete. She's going to come in here. She has great size. She shoots the heck out of the basketball, high basketball IQ, and she's funny. She's gonna be a culture kid. She's going to impact our program on and off the floor. She's a great recruiter. So, you know, it was more than just the points that she could score. You know, it's the culture, and she's going to add to that. And I'm so excited about her. When we had a list of kids we wanted, and she was, if it was a WNBA draft, I would have selected her at the top, you know, if we had that pick, you know, because I think that she's an all-around kid.
Go ahead, Rich.
You guys have had a lot of great memories together. You obviously have a great coach-player relationship. Where does this kind of stack up with some of those memories, and what does it feel like to be able to come in here and do this together?
Yeah, I think, you know, Final Four, ACC champs, all of that, that's great, but I think, you know, this is up there because, you know, it's a big rival game, but it's like the first win in however long, you know, it's under his era. It's my last time playing Louisville. Like, it's a big win, and it's definitely a game I'll be looking back on after my year this year, for sure, you know. The crowd, everything, and just, as he said, like, full circle moment. We went our whole lives playing against Louisville. First 2 years, lost to them. Second 2 years, won, and I said it at the end, I was like, I don't lose to Louisville anymore, you know, so it's fun.
She can say that because she's not coming back. Now I gotta still be here.
Yeah, no, but it was definitely a cute little, what do y'all call it, a period? We call it a full stop, you know?
It's really cool for me too. I mean, obviously we're extremely close. You know, we've had some big moments. You know, she was the ACC tournament MVP. She was the Seattle region MVP. We won the ACC championship. I have all her trophies in my office. All her MVP trophies, they're in my office. And she can come in there and look at it anytime she wants to. But, you know, we've won some big games. We've won a lot of games. We've done a lot of great things together. And I'm only as good as, you know, she can make me, because I can do a lot of different things. And the connection that we have, people don't understand. It's really crazy. It really is. I think we probably talk about an hour and a half or 2 hours a day outside of practice. You know, she's always in the office. She wants to be a coach, and she's gonna be a coach one day. So she's in the office. She always drinks black coffee, which is gross. But she has it. She comes to my office, and we sit down, and we'll talk about anything, everything, and nothing. It can be basketball, it can be life, it can be family, it can be whatever. And this one right here, she's played with all three of my daughters. And, you know, the connection that she has with my whole family is just unbelievable. So she's like my daughter. So when she's out on the floor, she has full range. She can change it, she can call an audible, she'll come over and make a suggestion. We've grown a long way, because when she first used to make suggestions, I couldn't understand her with her thick Australian accent. Now I know what she's talking about, but I mean, it really is fun to be a part of it. And I'm looking forward to where we can go, because we've done some wonderful things together. And I think, you know, the sky's the limit in what we can do here.
Thank you all so much.